On the night of January 3rd, 2026, while most of the world slept, a dark room in Florida glowed with the light of multiple screens. Sitting silently in front of them was the President of the United States, Donald Trump. What he was watching was not a movie or a simulation. It was a live military operation, unfolding thousands of miles away. In Caracas, the capital of Venezuela, American forces were carrying out one of the most controversial actions of modern geopolitics. At that very moment, Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro was asleep inside his residence, completely unaware that within minutes, he would be taken captive by a foreign power. Under the cover of darkness, U.S. helicopters flew barely 100 feet above the ocean to avoid radar detection. Hours earlier, a cyber operation had cut power across Caracas, plunging the city into total darkness. Using that blackout as their shield, Delta Force commandos descended by rope onto Maduro's home and moved swiftly through the building. When Maduro awoke and attempted to flee to his reinforced safe room, he was intercepted before he could shut the door. In less than 5 minutes, the sitting president of a sovereign nation was under American control. Later, President Trump would say the operation felt like watching television. But what unfolded that night was anything but entertainment. It was a historic moment that shattered long-standing norms of international conduct. When the news broke the following morning, the global reaction was immediate and explosive. Governments, analysts, and citizens alike asked the same questions. Why did the United States do this? And does this mean no world leader is truly safe anymore? This mission had not been improvised. It was the result of months of covert planning. CIA teams secretly tracked Maduro's movements, monitored his routines, and relied on internal sources for real-time intelligence. In the United States, an exact replica of Maduro's residence was built so elite forces could rehearse every detail. When diplomatic pressure failed and Maduro rejected Washington's demands, the plan moved forward. The operation was deliberately timed during the holiday season, when Venezuelan military presence was reduced. More than 150 U.S. aircraft were deployed. Air defense systems were disabled, and dozens of lives were lost during the assault. Maduro was flown first to a U.S. warship, then to Guantanamo Bay, and finally to New York. Images of a foreign president in chains on American soil quickly spread worldwide, symbolizing a dramatic shift in global power dynamics. Supporters of President Trump argued that the operation was justified, claiming Maduro was a dictator involved in drug trafficking and human rights abuses. But critics pointed to a deeper and more strategic motive: oil. Venezuela holds the largest proven oil reserves on Earth, resources that American energy interests have coveted for decades. Trump himself reinforced this argument when he publicly claimed Venezuela had stolen oil from the United States by nationalizing its resources. Drug trafficking allegations, meanwhile, appeared weak under scrutiny, as Venezuela is neither a major drug producer nor a primary supplier to the U.S. market. International backlash followed swiftly. The United Nations and multiple governments condemned the operation as a violation of international law and national sovereignty. Legal experts also questioned its legality under U.S. law, noting that Congress had not authorized military action. The administration attempted to label the assault a law enforcement operation, but critics asked whether airstrikes, cyber attacks, and massive troop deployments could truly fit that description, with veto power protecting the United States from accountability at the UN Security Council. Many warned that this action represented a dangerous form of modern colonialism, where power replaces rules and might define legality. In the days that followed, President Trump issued new threats toward other nations, further escalating global anxiety. Whether Nicolás Maduro was a good leader or a bad one is a separate debate. But abducting the elected president of a sovereign country in the middle of the night, without international approval, sent shockwaves through the global order. Some analysts also believe the operation served as a political distraction, shifting media focus away from mounting domestic controversies surrounding Trump. Whatever the true motivation, one thing is certain: this single night in Caracas altered how the world views power, sovereignty, and the future of international law. And it left behind a chilling question: if this precedent stands, how stable can the global order truly remain?